What's good, everybody, and welcome back to the Real Madrid career mode. This is part 91 of the series as a whole, and we're kicking off the La Liga season today. And this is the lineup we decided to go with. I feel like if all my players are fit so far from the games I played in the preseason and the games in that tournament, the Super Copa against Barcelona, I feel like this is probably the strongest lineup that I can go with, suiting to the way that I like to play. We've got players like Isco in there, Isco, Alaba, and Dybala in the midfield. Bale, Coleman, and Morata up front. Bellerin, Boateng, Varane, and Gaia in the back four. And obviously Keylor Navas in the goal. That is a strong arse side. Sevilla, they got some strong players too. Obviously, Adil Rami and Carrico at the back. Conor Plianca's in there. They got Ben Yedder. They got Ganso and Zonzi. But look at that. 92 million spent on Dybala. And I think that this is his debut, matter of fact. This is both of their debuts, I believe, because I don't think I played Dybala in the two Super Cup games. So early on, obviously, we're still playing on manual assist for passing, shooting, and through balls and all that good stuff. But I'm still considering taking it down to semi, because obviously, in the videos, that's a pretty good shot for manual assist. But on the videos, you're obviously only going to see the attempts that come close, the attempts that hit the target, stuff like that. But there are many efforts that will go so far off target. Like, you have to concentrate 24. So you have to concentrate all the time when you are playing on manual. Every pass needs full concentration, every shot full concentration. And if you ain't concentrating 100% when you take a shot, even for a second, that's going wayward. It's going completely wayward. So if you are going to play on manual and all that, it's tough. So right there, we did get a penalty as Gareth Bale was taken down inside the box. He stepped up to take the penalty. Couldn't put it in the back of the net, but it wasn't too long we had to wait to go 1-0 up. And some poor keeping from Sergio Rico. He really should, for a keeper who is supposed to be like the next big thing, pretty poor goalkeeping right there. It's fell to David Alaba, who's found himself in the box in typical EA FIFA fashion. Defensive midfielders do not defend. They don't sit back. He finds himself in the box. The shot is straight at the keeper, and he doesn't parry it far at all. And then on top of that, he doesn't react to the second effort either. But right now, Morata doing good, coming forward, playing it into Coleman. He crosses it back post to Dybala, and somehow, for 92 million, this is what I'm talking about, to be honest. I'm talking about shots that are going way wide. But even shots like that were close, but should have been hitting the back of the net 100%. We've put wide because of the manual shooting. Like right there, we should have been 2-0 up. But still, Sevilla have a chance, and they've got themselves a shot, a corner kick forced out of it. Keylor Navas, obviously, still in goal. Keylor Navas, I mean, he's getting older, but he's still a pretty good rating. So for now, I guess we'll have to deal with him. And if I do replace him, there's only a few keepers that I have in mind that I'd really be willing to replace him with. So we'll see how that goes. But right now, we are going to hit Sevilla on the counter-attack, as Morata is able to just bully his defender out of the way. He just does well, just bullies him, just shoves him out of the way. Through on goal, one-on-one with the keeper. Dybala's not going to keep up, and Morata should have put that one into the back of the net. And that's just another example of a chance that if it's unassisted, or if it's even on semi, that's hitting the back of the net at least 9.5 times out of 10. Like, that's gonna find the back of the net. So really, you're kind of seeing the impact of manual. I am getting better. I can see I'm getting better. 90 minutes on the clock, Sevilla forcing a save out of Keylor Navas, but we did end up getting the 3 points in our first La Liga game, and it's at home, so you couldn't really get any better. I mean, we could have got better if we scored some more goals. If Dybala put that one in the back of the net, would have been a better result by the end of the day. 3 points is all that matters on the table. More transfer stuff. West Brom seems to be getting raided, but Timo Lacher holding on, saying he's willing to stay and fight for his position. Obviously, Christensen's left them, so there is kind of a position up for grabs, but they did replace him with Zuma, so I don't know. Kovacic is apparently not willing to sign a new contract with Real Madrid, which is interesting, because if you're as good as Kovacic and a new manager comes into your team, I feel like you'd want to prove yourself at that team rather than just want to leave, even if you ain't getting games. Because, I mean, there's a position for everyone if they just come in and play good football, but he didn't want to. Also, in case you missed it with all my talking, I didn't even cover it. We did sign a backup keeper. Obviously talking about replacing Keylor Navas, but we signed a backup keeper, Michel Langerack. I think he's about, in this save, he should be about 29, 30 years, maybe a bit older actually. Probably about 30, 31 years old in this save. about, I can't remember what overall he is, but he's a decent enough backup keeper. We're into our second game now, which is against Espanyol. And again, a gilt-edged chance missed by Morata this time. Well, Morata missed the last one. Dybala missed the first one. And that's another one missed by Morata. Real good football from Isco, playing it into Morata. And really, like, look at that. That's pretty poor. Should be hitting the back of the net and at least getting a little bit closer than that. But we get ourselves a corner. Not a corner, sorry. A free kick from a corner-like position. Fekir on the head of Alaba, saved by the keeper. So right now, what you can see is we're doing a lot of attacking, creating a lot of chances. But the finish is just not quite there until Gareth Bale steps up down this right-hand side and puts it into the bottom corner. 30 minutes on the clock. Once again, 1-0 up against our opponents. Away from home this time, obviously. And Gareth Bale is the scorer. So Gareth Bale and Morata getting himself a goal each in the La Liga. Morata should have a couple more. Gareth Bale's first real opportunity of the season, though, finds the back of the net with his right foot. That's a damn fine finish. A damn fine finish. I don't know if a lot of you could do that unassisted. I'm doing it on man wow. Man wow. But again, Hector Bellerin coming forward this time. Sliding it through to Morata. And you can see right there, Morata in a similar position as last time. This time burying it into the back of the net. But you can see the through ball into Morata. You could tell I'm still not 100% there with Manuel because it was a little bit light. And I could have completely messed up that attack with that through ball. But we didn't. It was good enough. We got it right. We got it well enough. Morata threw on goal. And then on my second chance, I mean, we missed the first one. We had an opportunity here to make up for it. And it's a similar finish this time. Just going on the inside of the post rather than the outside of the post. Espanyol coming forward this time, twisting and turning. They play it into Silla. And he twists and turns himself. And gets the shot off, which is saved by Keylor Navas. Surprisingly there, you see 60-40 the possession is to us. Morata going on a beautiful run and forcing a save out of the keeper. But again, 60-40 the possession is to Real Madrid. I'm a bit surprised by that because when playing on manual, I tend to give the ball away quite a lot more than I'm used to. But again, another chance for Espanyol there. Forces a brilliant save out of Keylor Navas. The reaction. The slow motion doesn't do it justice because that was moving at some speed. And Keylor Navas just doing brilliant. 88 minutes now. Fekir going on a run, getting through all the defenders, through on goal. And another pretty nice finish. I'm pretty proud. I mean, that one was kind of a bit more central down the middle. Keeper maybe should have saved it, but at the end of the day, we buried our opportunity and we finished this game. We come out 3-0 winners now into transfer deadline day, where overall, not too much happened. You can see we're starting with 6 hours to go. Sassuolo accept an offer from Chelsea for a regen. I think it's a goalkeeper. 29 million. 3 hours left to go. Not too much happening. Barcelona make a big signing. 64 million for Harry Kane from Manchester United. So they've lost Dybala and Harry Kane in this one transfer window. And they're still not all that hurt. Because like I said, they made a lot of striking signings. I mean, in the last few seasons, they've lost quite a few. I think Lacazette left them and went to Juventus, I think. He went Juventus, one of them teams. He went to Juventus, I believe. So they've lost Lacazette, Dybala, and Harry Kane. So they're left with like Rashford. They got Bojan. They got a few strikers left. So I mean, they ain't hurting all that bad. But Barcelona strengthening big time, signing Harry Kane. I mean, maybe losing to us in over the 2 legs in that tournament. Maybe it's pushed them to sign a new striker because they didn't do an amazing job of finishing their chances in those 2 matches, and they could have scored a few more goals. So I mean, maybe that's what they're doing it for. Overall, they're just strengthening, so that's something to worry about. It would have been a brilliant goal from David Alaba right there. Every time, I just want to imagine. I haven't scored many long range shots like I'm used to. Like in FIFA 16. I was scoring long-range goals for fun. In this one, I really haven't scored too many. So imagine if I had started as soon as I go into manual shooting. Another effort from David Alaba this time. Forced wide of the post from the keeper. So my shooting is getting better. 36 minutes in the game. We've already hit the target. Well, we've already come close quite a few times before Jose Gaia gets down the left-hand side. Crosses it across the box. Tony Cruz is in there and smashes it off the post from close range. So 2 sitters that we should have hit the back of the net with. This time Dybala, we are just putting the pressure all over Granada in this game. And the keeper is being forced to make some really good efforts. Dybala doing well to get inside the box and put that shot across the keeper. Dybala still yet to score a goal. I mean, I say still yet to score a goal. He's 3 games in now. But again, a lot of pressure on him. 92 million. I want some goals. I want goals and I want assists for that kind of money. Alvaro Morata this time. Our top scorer in the La Liga so far this season. almost getting himself another goal. But right now, what you can see is we're putting pressure on them and not being able to put it away. Gareth Bale picks it up from the halfway line this time, driving forward. He's got a few runners ahead of him, manages to get around the defender and charge into the box, and Gareth Bale levels it up as the top scorer in the season. 2 goals for Gareth Bale, 2 goals for Alvaro Morata, and we are finally in the lead after getting chance after chance denied by the keeper, denied by the post, and denied by some just generally poor finishing. But Gareth Bale, after picking it up from the halfway line, drives all the way into the box and tucks it away into that far post. So right now we are on our way to another win. Picked up a win obviously in our first game, picked up an even more convincing win in the second one, and now we're on our way to a win in the third one. But there is still time for Granada to get something out of the game, especially if we keep wasting chances and misplacing passes. But we get the ball to Gareth Bale. Another chance for Bale. Another save by the keeper, Kelava, in the goal. Nicely worked chance. Nice. As soon as we get into the final third, you should see how many opportunities break down for me when I get into the final third by misplaced passes. When you're in the final third on manual passing, you have to be so accurate. It's insane. The ball falls to Morata inside the box, 90th minute, and he crashes another effort off of the crossbar. So we did still manage to get the win, but we're still failing to score as many goals as we should be due to just missing chances generally. And in a league like this, it's most probably going to come down to us and Barcelona, maybe Atletico Madrid as well. It's most likely going to be really tight. Goal difference could play a major key, and Kingsley Coman and Danny Carvajal now out with injuries. So I mean, we need to we got players to come in and replace them, so it's not all that much. It's not all that much of a problem. Contract rebel Kovacic attracting interest apparently, but again, even if we have to let him go, we got players to replace him. FC Barcelona obviously already dropping points. 6th place. They've had a loss in the first 3 games. Us, 3 games played, 3 wins, 5 goals scored, none conceded. Looking strong. And that's it for this episode. Make sure you return for the next. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Peace.